So good morning guys, welcome to another video. I'm up nice and early this morning, got up about 5:30, left home 10-15 minutes later. I'm going to try to do a few photos of barn swallows today. I know where there's an old derelict building with some fantastic old vintage roofs and that on it, so I'm going to try to do some photos of the barn swallow and that. I know at this time of year the juveniles are out feeding as well, so I think it'll make for a very interesting video. But on my way there, I'm going to be walking. I don't want to bring my van, parking it outside a derelict building. Obviously it's not going to look good. What I'm going to do is, obviously I'm going to be passing where I pass most days. I'm going to be seeing hares hopefully, so I'm going to do a little bit of video footage and a few photos of the hares. Reason being, one sec. Reason being is the last time I was here doing photos of hares, I spoke about getting myself a teleconverter, and one has been kindly donated to me by Ben Ryan Photography in Clondalkin. So cheers to you, Ben, thanks very much. So Ben has sent me down a 1.4 and a 2 teleconverter for my 180 to 600. I have tried a few photos with it, just literally outside my own door. I will say they are definitely something you want with the weather. You don't want to be taking these out when in real dull overcast days. I'm not brilliant with Lightroom and Photoshop and things like that, so denoising wouldn't be my forte. So I'm going to give it a go. Let's go. Let's see what we get. Just spotted another female pheasant with a juvenile. Jumped into the ditch even before I could catch focus on them. I really need to learn how to do photography properly. So literally there's 3 hares up on the side of the road. It's times like now that the 2 times converter definitely will come in handy. It's still kind of gloomy waiting for the sun to rise, so I will do a little bit of video footage. I'll try to do a few photos, but I don't know if they're going to be very grainy, and as I said, I'm not great with Lightroom and things like that, so I'm going to give it a go anyway. It's just 6 o'clock guys, and the sun is really trying to peek out, so could be a great day. It's bank holiday Saturday, so hopefully people that are travelling will have nice weather, because to be fair, it was a pretty shite July we had here in Ireland. Very little sun seen anyway, by me anyway. So guys, just having a bit of a breather. I know when I'm talking to you I always seem I'm out of breath, but there's a fair bit of walking to be done in this. I don't really, you can see him here, there's a hare just there standing up. You can see the track down along the grass. So there actually was 4 of them, and 3 are after running across me. I actually can see them up there in the field. I'm going to stop videoing and photographing hares, or it's going to turn into a hare video. I really do want to do the barn swallows, and I do want to really test these lenses to the limits by using something small. As I said, at home I live in the country and we have a farm directly across from us, so I was just taking photos of cattle and things like that, cats, dogs, anything that moved, and pretty good with a big subject, to be fair. It'll be a good test now to see them at this hour of the morning with the hares, and then obviously I'm waiting for the sun to rise a bit, going after the swallows. I won't be doing flight shots. I'm not going to try do flight shots. The 160 to 600 is already 5.6 to 6.3, so you're doubling it up on that with the 2 times converter, and then you're multiplying it by 1.4 with the 1.4. so if I was going to be trying them, I'd love to be trying with a 2.8 lens, but I'm not, and I have said this in previous videos, I'm not big into flight shots. I do love to post photos. So we'll keep going. We'll go up to this old derelict building and we'll see can we get the barn swallows. So guys, I'm at my location. I'm literally not going to give it away because I do think these derelict buildings, if kids or youths know where they are, use them as playgrounds, and they are dangerous, so I prefer not to give away my location. But basically it's an old derelict building. The barn swallows and actually the jackdaws are nesting everywhere here. There's lovely vintage roofs there, I'll just show you in a sec, and there's like perches coming out of the walls. I assume they were for hanging things years ago, and a lot of them are over doors. There might have been just a bit of galvanised or a bit of a flat roof thrown on them, but they're making for ideal perches. So the swallow itself is a very interesting subject. Obviously I'm not here to give facts. I'm no David Attenborough, but probably has a love-hate with a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't like them nesting under their facial soffits and things like that, and I think I wouldn't myself if they were at my house. They do nest in the garage in the house beside us, and to be fair, they are fair and noisy, and they like to be up early in the morning. They're 5 o'clock singers sitting on your facial soffit or something. I do think they're fascinating to watch. Their aerobatics and gymnastics in the air is fantastic. The fact that they can sleep while they're flying in migration is absolutely amazing. They literally can like shut down half their brain and sleep while they're flying. I find that brilliant. So Christina is always good to give a fact when I'm going somewhere, and one of the facts that she gave me this morning was that the swallow, if in a country that's having a bad summer, can actually fly to a different country, collect food for its young, fills the bottom of its bill, and can fly home to feed its young, and do it all within an hour or two. So that's pretty amazing. And the other fact is that I use the words absolutely amazing too much in my videos, so I did explain to her that when you're a beginner wildlife photographer, that everything is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to change it a small bit and say that these birds are fantastic and fascinating. Thanks, Christina. At the moment I'm using the 2 times teleconverter, and I'm trying to shoot at low shutter speeds, and obviously the swallow is a massive moving bird, so I'm going to keep going with low shutter speeds. Like I'm literally gone from like 80 of a second, 100 of a second, 1/25 of a second, and I'm going to try a lot of different shots. I've went far as 320, but with the 2 times converter I'm trying to keep it low. I'm well back, and it's I just want to try learn how to use it, and learn how to use it with low shutter speeds if I can. And I know the smaller subjects mightn't be ideal for that, but I think this morning, like, I seen a lot of the here. I used the 2 times converter again. and it was pretty impressive on the here, especially with the video. I won't know till I get home and look at the photos, but they looked okay on the back of the camera. There's a lot of jackdaws as well. They're using the vented roofs going in and out, so I assume they could have nests in there. I probably don't know enough about jackdaws. I don't know if they go for a second clutch or this year's fledglings that's hanging around, because there is a lot of them around. You can actually hear swallows in the building behind me. So guys, I'm going to pack up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me, and it's free, guys. Just click and like those buttons. Today was about, for me, the teleconverters that Ben Ryan sent down. Again, thanks Ben. I'll put a link to your website there on the description. I loved the video, lads, and I think as photographers we have this obsession with getting closer to a subject. So I definitely loved the teleconverters for video. As for the images, obviously I won't know till I get home. You might tell me what you think. That's it, guys. I do have to go, and I'll see you all next video. Bye.